everybody. We're going to get started. Thank you for coming. Welcome to the Kaynor Technical High School Annual Memorial Day Ceremony. My name is Heather Cole. I am the Student Council Faculty Advisor and a teacher here at Kaynor. I would like to extend a warm welcome to the City of Waterbury Gold Star families, the Waterbury Veterans Memorial Committee, members of our military and armed forces, Mayor Paul K. Pernaruski Jr., Superintendent Mr. Michael Krockow, all of our veterans and family members here today, and finally, to the class of 2025. Thank you all for attending today to respectfully honor those we have lost to the service of our country. As the nation prepares to commemorate those who have fallen in defense of our country and our liberties in ceremonies across the country, schools play an important role in helping students to understand the significance of Memorial Day. Keynotes of today's ceremony are simplicity and dignity. We began this tradition at Kaynor Tech during the Vietnam War as a way to help students understand why they get a day off from school. We wanted to make students aware of the sacrifices that are made by our servicemen and women, especially during times of war. We are proud that this ceremony has kept the same feel throughout the years, one of remembrance and dignity. The success and beauty of this day depends on everyone. The ceremony lasts only an hour, but hopefully those in attendance, especially the students, are left with a lasting impression, an increased sense of pride, patriotism, and appreciation for what these people have given for our freedoms in America. Now I would like to introduce Mariana Barros, President of the Student Council, who will be our Master of Ceremonies.
Good morning, state and local dignitaries, veterans, Gold Star families, honored guests, and friends. My name is Mariana Barros. I am the President of Student Council. I have served as President for this school year. It is my pleasure to serve as Master of Ceremonies today as we honor 9 of our finest graduates who sacrificed so much for each of us. The members of our Forever Wave organization will now present our colors to a member of the Veterans Memorial Committee. This flag folding ceremony represents the principles on which our country was originally founded. As the students present the flag and fold it according to the demands of tradition, Kaynor students Deborah Candelaria and Serenity Samolis will now read what each fold symbolizes.
The first fold of our flag is a symbol of life.
The second fold is a symbol of our belief in eternal life.
The third fold is made in honor and remembrance of the veterans.
The fourth fold represents our weaker nature.
The fifth fold is a tribute to our country.
The sixth fold is for where our hearts lie.
The seventh fold is a tribute to our armed forces, for it is through the armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all her enemies.
The eighth fold is a tribute to the one who entered into the valley of the shadow of death.
The ninth fold is a tribute to womanhood.
The 10th fold is a tribute to Father, for he too has given his sons and daughters for the defense of our country.
The 11th fold, in the eyes of a Hebrew citizen, represents the lower piece of the seal of King David and King Solomon and glorifies, in their eyes, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
The 12th fold, in the eyes of a Christian citizen, represents an emblem of eternity and glorifies in their eyes God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
When the flag is completely folded, the stars are uppermost, reminding us of our national motto, "In God We Trust." Thank you. And now to honor our servicemen and women, both past and present, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner sung by our Kaynor Chorus. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Now I would like to introduce our principal, Dr. Hilliard, to say a few words.
Good morning, distinguished guests of honor, thank you. Veterans and members of the Veterans Memorial Committee, the Honorable Paul Peranowski, Mayor of Waterbury, CTECS Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Michael Krakow, CTECS Director of Communications, Ms. Carrie Markey, our Gold Star Mother, Ms. Mary Knight, invited guests, dignitaries, faculty, students, and others in attendance, it is indeed a pleasure for me to welcome you to our annual Memorial Day ceremony. I am Dr. Ken Hilliard, Principal of Kaynor Technical High School, and I'm honored, along with the Student Council, faculty, and students, to continue this tradition of honoring those who have given so much to protect our freedoms. Ironically, this is the second consecutive year that we've had to move our ceremony indoors. Nonetheless, this event is one of the pillars of our school and a significant event in the lives of everyone who is associated with Kaynor. This ceremony is so special to the Kaynor community that we wanted to make sure that we continue to honor our many veterans, past and present, on this special day. Traditionally, this event is held on the Thursday prior to Memorial Day, as it is this year, and we wanted to continue the tradition again today. As you entered our building, everyone could see the many American flags placed outside near our front entrance. These flags represent and symbolize our freedoms. These freedoms have been fought for and defended by the members of the armed forces, including the many veterans and family members that are present at our ceremony today. I would like to thank all of our veterans for their sacrifices and all of the students and staff members who took the time to put these flags in place to honor these members of the armed forces who have served and given all to preserve our freedoms. We have a lot to be thankful for. Most importantly today, we are thankful that you chose to be here with us. Please continue to view this wonderful event that Mrs. Heather Cole, Student Council Advisor, Mrs. Sarah Patel, Musical Director, and all the other faculty and students have worked hard to present this program to you. We hope that you are able to appreciate the gratitude that we hold for each of you, your family, your loved ones, and all veterans throughout this country. Thank you to our parents, staff members, and students who have or will serve in the armed forces. We appreciate your time, commitment, and sacrifices for our country. In closing, I would like to say that I hope that today's ceremony is a fitting of the time and service that each of you have given to us. Once again, thank you for your service, and I hope that you continue to enjoy the remainder of today's ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hilliard. Our students will now present two readings. The first, a poem entitled Peace, will be read by Lydia Fainer.
Peace. Peace will come when people live in friendship, side by side, and cherish understanding more than hatred, greed, and pride. Peace will come when people see all people as the same and no one has to live in fear, in ignorance or shame. Peace will come when people who are needy can reach out for shelter, food, or love, and no one has to go without it. Peace will come when people learn to listen and to care about the rights and dignity of people everywhere. Peace will come when love and trust and kindness know rebirths, and on that day all people will rejoice in peace on earth.
Thank you, Lydia. Now Geraldine Cebollero will read a piece by Edward A. Guest entitled Memorial Day.
These did not pass in selflessness. They died for all mankind. They died to build a better world for all who stay behind. And we who hold their memory dear and bring them flowers today should consecrate ourselves once more to live and die as they. They were defenders of the faith and guardians of the truth. That you and I might live in love, they gladly gave their youth. And we who set this day apart to honor them who sleep should pledge ourselves to hold the faith that they give their lives to keep. If tears are all we shed for them, then they have died in vain. If flowers are all we bring for them, forgotten they remain. If by their courage we ourselves to courage are not led, then needlessly these graves have closed above our heroes dead. To symbolize our love with flowers is not enough to do. We must be brave as they were brave and true as they were true. They died to build a better world, and we who mourn today should consecrate ourselves once more to live and die as they.
At this time, I would like to ask you to please hold all applause during Gold Star Mother's portion of the ceremony. Ms. Kite, a Gold Star Mother, will present a wreath to a member of the Waterbury Veterans Memorial Committee to honor those we have lost. I now present Mrs. Mary Kite, mother of deceased veteran Michael Kite. Mrs. Kite will also share a few words. Audrey Harold also.
I would like to read the Gold Star Mother's Prayer. Dear God, we thank Thee for the many blessings You have granted us and our country. Watch over our Gold Star parents who are present and those who were unable to be with us today. Grant them Your grace and blessings for the days ahead. Amen. I would like to thank the principal and Heather Cole. I'm sorry. You'll have to excuse me. When you're 96, you make mistakes. I'd like to thank the faculty and everybody that was involved in putting this ceremony together, especially you students. I'm so proud of all of you. You're here honoring 9 young men you've never met, but you're here to honor and respect what they represent. 9 students will read the names and a little something about their life. Somewhere I heard, if after you're gone, if only one person says your name, you're not forgotten. So far, myself and all the other mothers who are not here want to thank you. There's only 2 of us left now. Anthony DiAugustino's mother is in Florida. But I know that even after I'm gone, the school will always honor these sons. And you can't know how much we appreciate it. After you leave here, there will be many more Memorial Days for you. Please, wherever you are, whether it's a picnic, a parade, or just enjoying the day, stop a minute and remember, while you were at Kaynor Tech, you honored 9 young men from this school who made the supreme sacrifice. So again, thank you. God bless you and have a good life, because that's what they sacrificed their life for.
Now, Mr. Jack Shea from the Veterans Memorial Committee will say a few words.
Thank you for all being here. Americans began to recognize Memorial Day in 1868, and the country established it as a federal holiday in 1971. Originally known as Decoration Day, the holiday started with communities coming together to decorate the graves of those who died during service. Every generation from the Civil War to both World Wars, Korea, Vietnam, and the global war on terrorism, has had men who have either paid the ultimate sacrifice or have been injured. So it's ingrained in our DNA to stand in the gap, said the National Guard veteran Bill Henson. To stand in the gap is to serve and support our country and our family, even when others don't. After the Civil War, Americans across the nation began holding tributes in the spring, decorating graves with flowers, reciting prayers, and honoring the estimated 620,000 fallen soldiers from the war, 2% of the population at the time. Some records show that formerly enslaved people in Charleston, South Carolina, organized the earliest Memorial Day commemorations in 1865. In 1866, the federal government declared Waterloo, New York, the birthplace of Memorial Day, when the city closed all businesses so residents could decorate the grave sites of soldiers, and flowers were placed on their graves. While many celebrate the day outdoors alongside family and friends, others mourn the loss of their brothers and sisters in arms, paying tribute to their memory in any way that they can. Memorial Day is important to all because we honor those who have sacrificed their lives and their families' lives in pursuit of a freedom for our nation. What greater gift can one man or woman sacrifice to keep the U.S. free and maintain our way of life? It has been said that one of the greatest tragedies is to be forgotten. It's people taken to the opportunity afforded them by the long weekend associated with the Memorial Day. It is important to remember why this day exists. For the members of the Waterbury Veterans Memorial Committee, the day reminds us of the losses of our horrors of our wars. At the same time, it reminds us all that while the day-to-day events of the world often paint a picture of gloom and doom, we still live in a place where heroes are among us. While those brave souls have passed in service, their memory is honored on Memorial Day to remind all of us that we had the privilege of existing on the same plane as them, even if it was only for a moment. Never, ever forget that freedom is not free. It's been paid for by the blood of men and women who have served this nation. The young men and women from this class that are joining the military, congratulations. Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jack Shea. At this time, I would like to welcome Mayor of Waterbury, Paul K. Pernaruski Jr. to say a few words.
Good morning. Thank you. It's great to be with you all today. Thank you, Principal Hilliard, for inviting me and continuing to make me a part of this organization. If you feel welcome here. I just want to take a moment to say Kaynor Tech is such an important part of our educational system here in the city of Waterbury. We appreciate everything you do and the choice that you give to students to follow the path that you get to follow here. And earlier this year I created a student advisory council, and I didn't just include students from the 5 city high schools, but also from Kaynor, from Holy Cross, because they're an important part of this and opportunities for our students. And Layla Benjamin, who's right in the front row today, part of your student council, is on that committee for us today. So we continue to make sure that we have a great connection. Your new superintendent, Mr. Crockey, is here today as well. Welcome to Waterbury and good luck with taking on your new duties. It was great to meet you. This is a terrific memorial that you do here year after year. You've been doing since the Vietnam War, which is 60, 70 years ago now. So it's a long tradition that you've been doing here to remember those who went ahead of us. And as Mr. Shea said, freedom is not free. It costs a lot. Democracy is not easy. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and a lot of sacrifice. And so on Memorial Day, we remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. We honor all veterans, but this weekend is set aside to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice, who gave their lives. A lot of things have changed in the country since the Vietnam War, since the country was founded, but one thing remains constant. There continue to be young people who continually stand up, answer their country's call, put on a uniform, and go to really strange places to defend democracy and make sure all the rest of us can continue to live with the freedom and the choices that were first set up in this country in 1789. The choice to go to this school, to go to the church that you choose, or not to go to church, to read whatever books you want, listen to your music, say whatever you feel you need to say. Those are all freedoms that someone has earned for you, and we need to continue fighting for those. And so I would remind you as well, to the young people today, while today we recognize those who made all this possible, it's going to remain incumbent on you, whether you go into the military or whether you just do something else with your life, that you've got to remain vigilant to make sure that those freedoms remain as well. So it's great to see the Veterans Committee here today. You guys do such a great job of making sure we keep that memory alive of people who served our country. Thank you for that. Thank you for everything that you guys do here. And I just wish you all enjoy the weekend, but just remember when you're out there having your picnics what it really is all about. I think you're going to do that because you're all here today. So thank you.
Next, I would like to introduce Superintendent Michael Crocco.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Oh, we could do better. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Can we give a round of applause to these students, the staff of Kaynor Tech, and everybody that made this day possible? So I want to start by thanking you for inviting me to this event. It means a lot that I got invited here, especially since it's my first school event as superintendent. So I will remember you all forever. All right? Memorial Day has always had a personal meaning to me. My father went into the service when he graduated from high school. He went into the Armed Forces Police, and he always made it crystal clear that the Armed Forces Police is different than the military police. And he served, and While he didn't say much about it, I always knew how much it shaped him. This ceremony reminds us all that real sacrifice often comes quietly. You don't hear about it. It's no fanfare, and it's on us to make sure that that's never forgotten. So thank you to the Kaynor community for doing just that. And to the families of the service members here today, I'm proud and grateful to be here with you. So thank you, and give our students and our staff one more big round of applause.
Thank you. At this time, student council members will remember each of our graduates listed on our memorial monument in a special way. Each student will read a passage and present a flag in their honor.
In memory of Michael Kite. Michael enjoyed playing his guitar, but most of all, he enjoyed working on his well-deserved 1954 red Ford convertible. Michael graduated from W.F. Kaynor Technical High School in June of 1965. Shortly after graduating, he enlisted in the Army Air Corps. He married his high school sweetheart in May of 1966. While in Vietnam, Michael received several medals for rescue missions as a helicopter pilot in SAC training, Vietnam. Michael was only 21 years old in May of 1967 when on one of these missions he lost his life. Michael wasn't only a helicopter pilot, a husband, and a mechanic. He was an American hero.
In memory of Ray Ferry. Ray was born on October 3, 1949. His given name was Ray, after his father, but he was affectionately known to all as Corky. He loved his country, fishing, hunting, and working on cars. Ray graduated from the auto mechanic program at Kaynor Tech. He always wanted to be a Marine like his father. After graduation at age 17, Ray enlisted with his parents' permission, something that was difficult for his parents to do in 1966 with the Vietnam regime. Still, Ray followed in his father's footsteps and became a Marine. Ray took his talent and his knowledge from fixing cars to the Marine. He worked in the mortar pool. Ray looked forward to finishing his military service and returning home, but never happened. On April 9, 1968, at the age of 18, Ray died in combat in Vietnam.
In memory of Roger Mellinson. Roger Mellinson graduated from Kaynor's mechanic tool program. He played basketball while a student at Kaynor, and he was an outstanding player. Roger was engaged to be married when he received his orders to report to North Carolina for training and then to Vietnam. Roger left for Vietnam looking forward to his discharge and his return home to his family and fiancé. Before he was able to enjoy this, a Jeep accident in Vietnam on September 3, 1962, ended his life and his dreams.
In memory of John Schultz. John Schultz was born on July 15, 1945, and he graduated from Kaynor Tech in 1963. After graduation, John was drafted into the Army and sent to Vietnam as an infantryman. While in Vietnam, John earned the Gallantry Cross with the Palm and the Bronze Star for valor from the Vietnamese government. John also received a Purple Heart in Vietnam and attained the rank of Specialist. This well-decorated veteran died in combat in Vietnam on November 13, 1966, at the age of 21. In memory of Edward Ace Flaherty. Since childhood, Ace loved to play with G.I. Joe figures, and all he wanted to do was be a United States Marine. Ace followed his dreams and joined the Marine Corps after graduating from Kaynor Tech. Private First Class Edward Ace Flaherty served his country proudly and made the ultimate sacrifice for his country. Edward Ace and his father, Edward Sr., are dearly missed.
In memory of Edward Grand Prix. Edward was born on May 3, 1949. He graduated from the Auto Mechanics Department of Kaynor Tech in June of 1967. Edward's family fondly remembers him as always wearing grease because he loved to work on cars and motors. Edward was a quiet person and remembered as being shy, but not when he went out with his friends. Those friends still miss Edward, whose funeral was held on January 15, 1969, after his casket arrived home from Vietnam.
In memory of Leonard J. Nardozzi. After graduating from Kaynor Tech, Leonard went on to the University of Connecticut. During his 4 years of college, Leonard was very active in the ROTC. Immediately after graduating from UConn, Leonard left for basic training. Sadly, Leonard contracted a fatal disease while serving his country. He is missed dearly.
In memory of Victor Colletti. Victor Colletti was born on August 26, 1948. Victor graduated from the Kaynor Tech Carpentry Department in June of 1968. As a youngster, Victor was an active member of many youth organizations, and he won 2 belts in karate. After graduation, Victor joins the United States Navy, and he was initially sent to the Great Lakes. When he left home, neighborhood children lined the streets to wave goodbye to him and wish him well. Victor entertained fellow sailors at the base with magic and card tricks. After the Great Lakes, Victor continued his service to our country and was killed in a car accident returning from duty on November 1, 1968.
In memory of Anthony D'Agostino. Anthony D'Agostino graduated from the Electrical Department of Kaynor Tech in 2001. He was one of 16 U.S. soldiers to die on November 2, 2003, when the CH-47 Chinook helicopter he was riding was shot down during battle in Iraq. Anthony was 20, and he would have celebrated his 21st birthday just 4 days later. Anthony D'Agostino was a communications specialist for the 16th Signal Brigade on Fort Hood, Texas. Anthony was known to his family and friends as a person who was always looking for ways to better himself. He was proud to be serving in Iraq and representing his country. He was looking forward to a military career. As a Kaynor student, Anthony was hardworking and responsible. He grew into a brave, independent, and determined soldier who will always hold a special place in our hearts.
Now I would like to acknowledge our classmates who will serve our country. Would those students who have committed to military service please stand and remain standing after I call your name? Heather Loha, Navy. Oh, she's not here. Evan Rosario, Air National Guard. Nathan Kibbe, Marines. Yesenia Hernandez Marines. You guys may now sit. Jamina Kotoko, next year's Student Council President, will now read a very special poem written by Mr. Bernard A. Gooden. Mr. Gooden was Michael Kite's flying partner during the Vietnam War. Mr. Gooden was not scheduled to fly with Michael Kite on the day of his fatal accident, was supposed to fly with Michael Kite on the day of his fatal accident, but he did not go. Bernard Gooden wrote this poem in January of 1997 in memory of his partner and friend. This poem, entitled "The Door Gunner's Prayer," interprets the mixed feelings of courage and fear that the soldiers witnessed as they bravely fought in the war. The soldier in the poem is about to face death in a far-off land. Later, he must encounter the nightmare of this experience, which will follow him throughout his life. I encourage you to pay close attention to this poem and the soldier's message to all of us. Following the poem, taps will be played by Mr. Joe Ostrowski from Oakville VFW Post 7330 from Kaynor Carpentry Class of 66. Members of the Kaynor Chorus will also perform.
This poem is dedicated to Michael A. Kite of Waterbury, Connecticut, who lost his life in Sauk Train, Vietnam, May 19, 1967. The Door Gunner's Prayer. Sitting harnessed in my seat with my flight helmet on, we were going on a mission just south of Saigon. I prayed before each flight. I would say a silent prayer. I know I said a lot of them for the time that I was there. I would close my eyes and pray at night. Sometimes I even cried. I saw my friend just yesterday. Today I learned he died. There was an awful lot of friends the Lord up there did call. If you have reason not to believe me, go down and read the wall. There were times I thought my time had come. I prayed I would go to heaven and maybe join some friends of mine from that year of '67. The soldiers who served in Vietnam, we know were heroes all unsung. Most of the ones who lost their lives were so very, very young. The ones who sent us over there to play the savior's role, which of them was keeping track of the US's high death toll? It seems I go back to Nam a lot of nights in my dreams. Why does a year last a lifetime, or so it just seems? To awaken at night in a cold, lonely sweat, matching soldiers' names to faces of those Vietnam vets. The soldiers that we lost there, I hope went to heaven. Let the ones who came home say a prayer for them in this year of '67.
Please stand. Hand over her. Order. Arm.
You may sit, thank you. Before we begin Amazing Grace, we'd love if you know it, please join us. And then we'll be following that with a piece called I Believe, the words of which were taken from the walls of a basement where Jews were hiding during the war. And I'll talk a little bit about that when we get there. But for now, please join us in singing Amazing Grace. when it's not shining. I believe in love, even when I don't feel it. I believe in God, even when He is silent.
Thank you, Kaynor Chorus. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my gratitude to all of our speakers and guests for attending today's ceremony. On behalf of the W.F. Kaynor student body, I sincerely thank you all for your support. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you all for joining us here today. Teachers, please escort your seniors back to class. Invited guests, please join us in the Kaynor Culinary Arts Dining Room for refreshments. Students will assist you in finding your way there. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.